here, but they'll have to kiss good old Hilmer Lodge goodbye for a year as it will undergo renovations. That's the word. Next season.
Not reservations, renovations.
It has reservations to get renovated. On a 1st and 10, the option, and Colbert will pitch to the outside here, but a loss on the play of about 3 yards. Gonzalez got the pitch that time from Cutbirth. Well, it is 40-36 Chaffee College in that one with about 10 minutes left to go, but you can never count out that Long Beach City College offense. Just ask the Mounties, who were up by 12 with 7 minutes left to go in the game against Long Beach City College. Couldn't hold on. 2nd and 15. Cutbirth will fire over the middle here, but the pass is incomplete. He was going for DeAndre Smith. It'll bring up a 3rd and long quickly.
Big completion by Brockdale to Josiah Blandon, I believe he's the Colorado commit for Long Beach, trying to move the chains. 21-yard reception. Also a Brockdale pass to Ontario Bateman for 11 yards, but there is a false start on Long Beach, so that'll back him up 5 yards.
Gosh, that Long Beach City offense is something else.
3rd
and 15. Cutbirth. He'll fire to the far side of the field, but it was too low for his intended receiver. And he was going for Patrick Smith there, but it'll fall to the turf incomplete. Quick 3 and out for the Citrus College offense, and with 8:11 left to go in the 4th quarter, the Mounties up on top 41-17. They'll get the football back.
It just looked like somewhat of a given up drive there by the Owls.
They look depleted for sure.
They might look at the clock and just say, after that was, like you just said, it was a very quick 3 and out, and right after that, Cutbirth just jogged to the sideline like, hey, maybe we get the ball back, maybe we don't.
Barnes, who struggled punting away the football all night, will punt this one away here, and Aaron Vaughns will call for a fair catch and make it at his own 38-yard line. 8:05 left to go, 4th quarter, 41-17, Mounties lead. And it was a valiant effort by the Citrus College Owls. Still 8:05 left to go in this one, but a pretty healthy lead for the Mounties, and they were able to hang with Mount Sac for two and a half quarters per se. This got to give them some confidence moving forward, you'd have to think.
Yeah, the Owls have a good program there, and they're led by their 6th-year coach, Ron Ponciano, and they have a good program there. It's just, right now they have guys that can produce on the offensive end. Unfortunately, tonight they didn't establish any run game against the Mounties, but, you take what the defense gives you, and right now the Mounties aren't giving them much. But, they can still build on this and kind of take away from this game, as it's pretty much a lock. We see some second-string offense there now for the Mounties.
Justin Allo, he'll rest up for Riverside next week. Matt Simcoe, who's usually the 3rd-string quarterback, not too sure where Ryan Orozco is, but he enters the game and takes it for 4 yards on the first play. Last year, Citrus College, the Beach Bowl champions against Saddleback. Sounds like a sandy type of bowl. Simcoe will hand off up the middle here. This is Marcellus Hunter, and Hunter able to get into Citrus College territory before he's dragged down at the 36-yard line of the Owls.
And Hunter is a 100-yard rusher, and he's a 3rd-string back also. And
that shows you the type of games the Mounties have been in this year.
I was just going to say, it shows you that their later-string units can get reps in a game. I mean, this game is pretty much all said and done with a 24-point lead, but, Marcellus Hunter, you talk about Omaris Tolbert, you talk about Aaron Vaughns, and now Marcellus Hunter. Those are the guys that have broke 100, and Tolbert well over even the 500 mark for the Mounties. So nice to see these guys
solid
get reps
rushing
as well.
attack.
Yeah.
Hand off here for the Mounties. It'll go to number 26, Nishante Polk, the sophomore, 5'8".
Man.
Out of Las Vegas. He'll gamble his way inside the 35 to the 34 for a pickup of 2.
Get it?
I think they got it. Gosh, as interested as I am in that Long Beach College Chaffee game, how about a little Florida State Notre Dame for me?
How about a little Florida State?
Oh, Long Beach City College just threw a pick. Rockdale intercepted by Jared Emanuel, and Chafee gets the football back, up by 4, 9:37 left to go, fourth quarter. What will we do? We'll keep you updated. 2nd and 8 here for the Mounties at the Citrus College 34-yard line with 6:12 left to go in regulation. 41-17 Mounties. Coach Jabs will call his second timeout of the half. And how about the game in this one? 31-27 Florida State.
21 seconds left in the fourth quarter. 31-27.
Who has the ball?
Let's see here. It is a timeout on the field.
This one could be over. Do the Irish have the football?
Oh, this is...
You got to go to the fourth quarter.
You don't want to see first quarter highlights?
Not really. Not yet. Wow. Does Notre Dame have it at the Florida State 2-yard line on a 4th and goal?
It looks like that is the call.
Out of the timeout, Simcoe will complete out to the far side of the field, and it's Antoine Anderson with the reception. He's close to a Mountie first down. Wow. How about this one coming down to the wire? I was kind of hoping Florida State would hush the critics and come out with the win, but now I'm looking for a last-second Notre Dame victory potentially. How much would Notre Dame shoot up in the rankings if they were able to take down number 2 Florida State?
Well, look at Florida State. They're riding a 19-game winning streak?
Riverside has a pretty nice home win streak that just might come to an end next week. 3rd and 2 here for the Mounties. It'll be Polk on the carry. Polk will break a couple of tackles. He'll pick up a first down for the Mounties as he trips over his own feet at the 21, but hey, it's a first down for Mount SAC. Move the chains. 41-17, 5:23 left to go in the fourth. What a second half it's been for the Mounties, huh?
Yeah, 17-14 at half, and they just really took it to Citrus in the second half, and that really woke them up after that blocked punt by C.D. Tamalvena. They just did a really good job building off of that and really taking advantage of all of their tools on every side of the ball, special teams, kick returns, offense, and obviously defense as well.
1st and 10, Simcoe, he'll look to throw. Now he's going to run it up the gut here and gets inside the 20 down to the 19 for a pickup of 2. As we start to inch closer and closer, Brian, to that game next week at Wheelock Stadium on the campus of Riverside City College. RCC, we expected them to beat L.A. Harbor tonight, but it's 31-6 in the fourth in that one. RCC on top of L.A. Harbor. But from what I've told from the RCC color commentator, good old buddy of ours, Dan Godino, it's been a sloppy game for RCC. So Mount SAC coming into the game next week against RCC, kind of coasting along with this victory here against Citrus College, and you could say 31-6 RCC coasting over LA Harbor, but I mean it's been, I guess, sloppy for RCC. As the handoff here, this looks like Polk once again. He'll pick up a first down for the Mounties and get to the 11-yard line.
Aside from a quick start in Long Beach, I don't remember the last time Mount SAC came out and really took it early to an opposing team. That Long Beach game, I believe that was Gilchrist on the first touchdown reception, or Mackin.
Well, you'd have to go back and just last week to the Grossmont game. They got off to a quick start, but against a quality opponent. Nothing against Grossmont, but Grossmont with the big win over Saddleback today, they beat RCC earlier. They must be a different team at home. As Simcoe will throw incomplete here. He was going for number 80, Kennedy Sykes, the 6'4 freshman out of Lakewood High School. Incomplete. 2nd and 10 for the Mounties at the 11-yard line. Any final from that Notre Dame Florida State game?
Let's see.
Florida State got it back. Florida State's going to win. Look, right there. Florida State has the football. It's over. Florida State escapes at home in Tallahassee against Notre Dame.
Wow.
How about that?
Wow.
20.
Wow. Long Beach and Chafee with a 3rd and 35.
Oh, come on.
So some penalties and some sacks combining to those of Still fourth quarter
Now he
action
just had
there.
a penalty on them. Chop block, second of the night. 2nd and 25 for the Mounties at the Citrus College 26, and the handoff to Polk will go up the middle for maybe 1. It's going to be an interesting 9:37 and counting from Chaffey College. We'll stay with you on the post-game report, and we'll let you know what exactly happens between Long Beach and Chaffey. 41-17 the score in this one. 3 minutes left to go in the ball game. The second half absolutely dominated by the Mounties. Although the penalties once again, Brian, despite a dominant win, and it was the case last week for the Mounties in their 52-7 victory over Grossmont. Despite the dominant play from Mount SAC, they still, week in and week out, are plagued with the penalty bug. It's been a problem all season long, and they're going to have to play a clean game next week against Riverside.
They're definitely going to have to clean that up, and I'm sure Coach Jabs is in their ear week in and week out before their matchups, and they've cleaned it up in the second half. With the first half, they had 8 penalties for 80 yards. So, giving away free yards there isn't a good thing to do, and a lot of those first 3, I believe, were offsides, false start, and holding. Those
3rd and 19 here for the Mounties. Simcoe will be taken down in the backfield, but he might have been taken down by his face mask as a flag flies in, and the Mounties might have an automatic first down here. Interesting to not see Ryan Orozco in the game, though.
Yeah, the second stringer seen some action last week against Grossmont, and Simcoe got action too, as it was a big win for Mount SAC last week, 52-7. But maybe Coach Jeb's liking Simcoe right now, and Orozco kind of taking a back seat, really just chiming in on the action. And
I see Orozco down there. He's got his helmet in his right hand, but perhaps give the sophomore transfer from a small community college in Utah, Matt Simcoe, who's a local boy, but he hasn't gotten much playing time for Mount SAC as their third stringer. He is a freshman, though, so we will have an opportunity to potentially compete for the quarterback job next year as he throws over the middle here, and the pass is deflected and will fall to the turf incomplete. That's a turnover on downs for the Mounties. So Citrus, they'll get it back with a minute 27 left to go, trailing 41-17, and the Mounties are going to roll on in to Willock Stadium in Riverside next week. They like to call it the jungle down there, do the Tigers, and 27-game winning streak for them. They know how to play at home.
What's their warm-up song down there if it's called the jungle? Do they play the Guns N' Roses Welcome to the Jungle?
All I know is it's not Weed and Boys.
Okay.
It better not be Weed and Boys. That's
There's
the
only one anthem
song
that belongs to.
Cutbirth, for whatever reason, still in the game, and he'll throw incomplete here. Clock will stop at a minute 20 left to go. It's been a rough second half for Cutbirth. So Cutbirth, who we were a little bit I'd say we were impressed with the play of Larry Cutbirth in the first half, but he just hasn't been the same guy. Meanwhile, Long Beach City College, they have a 4th and 2 at the Chaffey 23. How about that? We'll let you know what happens on that critical play. 6:18 left to go. Chaffey College leads undefeated number 1 Long Beach, 40-36.
Hey, anything is possible right now in this week 7 of college football.
Is it?
It's not a wacky week.
I think it's a wacky week 7.
No, if it was a wacky, Notre Dame would have won.
I guess.
That's
true.
Riverside
It's
held
a
strong.
wacky week 7 in JUCO ball, right?
It might be if Chaffey decides to pull this game off here at home against the undefeated Vikings.
LA Harbor just scored on Riverside late in the 4th. It's 31-26 Tigers in that one. On the 3rd and 5, they'll hand off to Gonzalez. He'll get to the 36-yard line, a couple of yards short. Under 30 seconds left to play now, Brian, and we're not going anywhere. We're going to wait to bring you the final score of this Chaffey-Long Beach game for sure. be sure to stay tuned here on the Mountie Football Radio Network. We'll bring you stats from this one